started writing the book 4 years ago, making sure that I'm packaging all my works. When I was in Trevor, I have to document all the things I did.
Yes.
It was a day that I've been looking forward to. But unfortunately, some of the people were invited, one way or the other. Some of them government officials had to travel to Dubai, you know, president. Give the apologies, but enough was a turnout of, you know, who is who in journalism, cutting across the union of journalists, bit of editors, and press institute that been anti and cook up to, the bid of online public.
Okay.
Okay, even the bid online public came with a barbecue. It made a good day for me.
So how do you feel at 72? How do you when you look back at your life?
I'm still feeling good, I'm still feeling good because one thing I would advise people of my age, especially we people in journalism, you should not relent to. Um, once you have, when you are in journalism, you are in journalism. Look at Baba Ochoba. You think Baba Ochoba is still under 60. He's bouncing up and down. So who am I to say anything? No, it's not. And I'm still with it. I know I still stayed late in the night, to do my job, uh, having just a 3 hours sleep every day. Prayer, prayer after prayer, I have to commune with my God, you know, read my Bible, send out messages.
The morning.
The morning, even after 12, I will send messages of prayers to over 500 people. You know, that's part of evangelism. Try to make sure that people are actually into the Lord. And when you are doing this, it's guiding so hard. Guiding so hard that you are still with the Lord. The Lord is the whole thing because my father was a catechist. That was what my father was doing when he was alive. Wake up myself and my mom. We always wake up around 1, 2, started singing and
AM.
praying. Thought they were disturbing us, not knowing that they were actually praying for us, praying for longevity, praying for and this thing has, we are reaping those prayers then, that our Father did for us.
And then, sir, I'm also glad that how you were able to move from the old ways of journalism to the new, to the contemporary times. And how easy was it, sir?
I started this thing in the treble. That was towards the end of my stay there after 32 years. I would say 30 years. I had a training invitation from a university from Virginia in USA, to talk about online publishing. That was it. I was there, and it was a very good thing for me to have gone there for the online publications, which I brought back to Tribune and started the color printing. We were the first to start color printing among all our contemporary. We are not even publishing colored in Malefa Lafia. We went as far as Ogun State, far away in one of these riverine areas where they were doing color mixing. That was where we started printing our colored newspaper. And we went online. We were doing this online thing. It was not as good as this then. But I started picking it up. I started asking my subordinates to learn from it. And I was very glad that most of them did, like Shegun Olatunji, like Bode Opesheka, Laolu Akande, Laolu Akande, just to mention a few of them. They, they bought into it and it was very good for them. Then, they've been riding high on it. And I started doing this, and that was, it came just like just freely like that, into my consciousness. And trying to be learning one or two things. I've not been able to learn it very well, but at least I'm above average.
Let me quickly take you back, sir, to your career. How did journalism start for you? What year?
Yeah. When I left my higher school,
Where, sir?
Elisha Grammar School, I wanted to further my education, you know. So I did the entrance to University of Sudan. That was where they were studying journalism then. Unfortunately, my father very poor catechist, had not too much money. I couldn't push me, to go on into that education. So I started from the post office to sort letters
Elisha.
in Ibadan.
Ibadan.
I was with my uncle, Chief Akindeko. Gladly, allow me to stay with him. One of our brother-in-law, Mr. Bamibele, was the post master general. Got me in, and I was. But close one day, myself and Eric were very close friends. Was my prize, my bride, best man.
This man, everybody.
So, but before then, we were very close. We went to the same school, secondary school,
Yeah.
Olofin Grammar School. And since then, we were very.
Are you from the same town, sir?
Yes, we are from. I'm from Idari.
Idori, okay.
And he's from Idari. And we are title chiefs. So he is Akogun. I'm Ajagunla. So, so three of us. There's another one. Akibobola, we call him Babu.
Babu.
Babu. So media, outdoor publicity, outdoor. So three of us, they gave us title chiefs. So one day I was in my uncle's place. Was the first person to enter journalism in Tribune. Was doing this kind of reporting then.
Who's that?
Erico.
Erico.
So he came one day. So when he said, Folu, what are you doing in photography? I said, that's the job I was asked to do. That was when I finished my high school from Elisha Grammar School.
Okay.
I went to Molisi College to teach for 2 years, and I left and I started that. So I said, what do you want me to do? Come to Adeoyo. Let us see whether you can enter as a reporter. So I decided to go the next day. When I got there, I decided to go and write an application. I gave it to then GM, the Bakari.
GM of?
GM, our GM.
Of
Bakari of Tribune.
Okay.
Adeoyo.
Okay.
So before I went back home. By the time Eric was closing for the day, he came with an appointment letter. I said, appointment letter? That's very good though. So I want me to become a journalist so easy like that. That was how I entered journalism in 1972.
And how was it, sir?
when you enter a profession like that,
Yes.
you think you are all in all.
Mm.
We believe that journalism is a very good subject. So we are very flippant, myself and Eric, very flippant. We were writing all kinds of stories. We were just all kinds of stories, petty thieves, breaking into shops and that kind of thing. But that one asked those policemen, why are you exposing us?
Mm.
That people are stealing us. So I got into trouble with one of my stories, that I did then, and they threw me into a cell. Uh-uh. Yeah. And I was there for say like 2 or 3 or 4 days. So when I got out, they said journalist. They said, people have been talking about you, writing about you, and I was happy. So I'm becoming popular. So that was when we started enjoying the way, but it was not an easy thing,
Mm.
because we are not earning much, just small amount of money, and we have poor parents back at home
Mm.
to feed. So when you like, they are paying us, let's say like maybe £10 then.
Mm.
So out of the £10, I will take about £6 and send it home for my father to eat, because after retirement as catechist for 40 years, nothing, he didn't fall back on anything, no house, nothing. We are just managing somewhere. So I had that feeling for him, for my parents. So I was sending more than half of my money back home. But and that was taking much of toil on me and Eric too. So after waking up in the morning to go for an assignment, my beat was a police beat.
Mm.
Eric was a court beat. So, but very near each
Each
other.
other.
Yaganku, so we would trek from Okeado
Mm.
to the place. We would be chatting, and before we know it, we will be there. So we do the normal thing, go into their register to see the entry of stealing, or all kinds of petty crimes that we'll be writing those days.
Mm.
Very good stories then. So after getting those things, we will now have to, how do we get back? We have to trek from Eleyele, we trek to Dugbe.
Mm.
So with the money we have, we enter a bus there, take us to Adeoyo. After the day's job, around 6 or 7, we'll be looking at ourselves. We don't have money because no press conference,
Mm.
no press conference, whatever. You know what? Because that press conference will give you something.
Yes.
And that's where they were talking about brown envelope.
Yes.
But they were giving us those things as transport,
Mm.
you know, transport. Because even the transport, when you getting back to the office, you have to report to your editor.
Mm.
That they said you should give this to your editor. They will look at it. If not much in it, they can't take it. So that was how we are trying to make
Mm.
one ends meet. So we trek from Adeoyo back to Okeadio.
Mm.
So we have small amount of money in hand. We buy bread and milk
Mm.
and sugar. That would be our meal for the day, Or if we have like a shilling or 2 shillings with us, we enter into a buka. We're able to eat good food, amala and all that kind of thing. And we'll go and sleep. That was how we were working there. And uh, we have one room to ourselves. We have a good room because more of maybe richer than I can say to than me. But I had a grass mattress, that I bought and that kind of thing.
Mm.
Well, we are trying, we were getting up.
And how did you build your career, sir, over time?
Yes, it's very good. Thank you. Well, you know, when you are in a profession, you must look at it, with all your mind. You must be able to see that this profession you are in Is it a profession you just want to go out and come in, or you want to be permanent in it? If you are convinced that this is a permanent job, yes, you do it wholeheartedly. I put 100% loyalty to that job. So I was doing it in a way that my employer, I make sure that I give them my maximum cooperation, you know, and that earned me some kind of, you know, uh,
Commendation.
yes, I would say commendation from my big bosses, especially Latif Jakande. He took interest in me that this boy he has knack for news, and knack for journalists, senior journalists too, from all over the world. And I was telling, I was asking, well, Gami to enter this thing, you know, just barely 2 years in the profession. But yes, you just have to learn, and you are doing well. They take you, yes, be happy with that, and we too will be happy that you are going to train and come back with more knowledge, and more expertise, writing story and managing news. So that was what I did. Though I entered into it, gave me recommendation. Before I know it, they gave me admission. Was my first out of Nigeria. After I've earned my diploma in journalism at NIG,
Okay.
I did short time for 3 months news reporting. I did another 3 months for feature writing. So got going for that Thompson Foundation. Lasted about 6 months. It was a very rewarding one because they attached us to University of Wales.
Okay.
So it helped me a lot. I came back, coming back just about a year, or no, not even up to a year. There was another opportunity in Germany for journalism there. That time they said you should go. So I went again. It might tried for me.
Mm.
But as I was going to all those things, to make sure that they were paying my salary. Because I told him, my father and my parents, I'm not into it. But they are depending on me. Oh. Don't worry, I'll be paying you. I'll be renting something for them. That is how this started because it was hard, very hard for us to, be journalists then very hard. Imagine 72, 73, 74, 75, those years.
Mm.
And this, so thank God that, with God assistance like Latif Jakande uh, made us.
When you started, sir, you are in the mainstream of the Nigerian Tribune.
Yes.
Then I know after a while you were made editor of
You see,
Sunday Tribune.
you see, when I came back from London, I was a cub reporter. Cub reporter, so just gathering news. But one thing that Jakande was looking in me was that this boy is very bold, and whatever assignment you ask him to go and do, will come out with something to talk about. So he started seeing me that way and started nurturing me. He put me into a very tough assignment. At times he will ask me to travel with him inside his car to be teaching me how to write story. You know, from your heart you have to write story. The introduction. When you had an introduction, yes, your story will fall into place. So he was teaching many things. He will be dictating to me when we travel at times, we'll be dictating editorials. And I'll be taking it and taking everything down. He asked me to read back to him. If I made any mistake, He will look at me with one good, bad eye. Say, "You stupid boy, are you hungry?" I said, "I'm not hungry, sir." Say then, I stated something to you. You are writing another thing. I said, "Sorry, sir." Don't say sorry, sir. You have to be good. Very good man. So most of the time we were together like that. So that was how I trained, you know. And I trained, and my training then, gave me edge over my peers. But they look at this, this Folu boy, if you ask me to go for an assignment, what will turn out for you will be different from other people, you know. And I remember one case, maybe my Oga Oshoba will not, maybe he must have forgotten. There was this sugar bar case in Maduguri. Uh, they asked me to go and cover it. So I believe um, my Oga Oshoba, MD of case, said he too will have to go and touch that case. Ah, so I was happy, but I didn't know why I was happy. So I made sure that when we got to Maduguri, I made sure my hotel room was near his own. So whenever he goes out, I said, "Oga, how are you, sir?" I said, "Fine." I said, "What's your story?" I said, "Well, because for us in Tribune then, we didn't have much of this teleprinter or something to find in stories. No phone, whatever, but sketch. So Oga, I will take the thing from me." He said, "Okay, I will help you." I said, "This is my own. I will take it. I will spy on the structure of the story. I pick out the good ones there, join it with my own."
Send it.
After the day, he said, Folu. But how come? Our story looks something. I said, "Okay, you are a good reporter." That is where Obasanjo started having interest in me. Up to today, I learned from him, but he didn't know. I what that kind of taught me was what I was using. But as you see, Baba Jakande like that man was a tough man. Was a tough man, and somebody you can say like a Jankara man. He would enter into anything. The man didn't believe in any protocol. If you wanted something, he would say, "Go for it. You must get it out." If you have to go into a fire to get a story, you must have to go in and get that story for him. That is that can do for you. You'll be very happy. You smile. Right smile. You, uh, that is very happy with you. I have not seen my guy smiling happily. But smile. He's a very good man. I don't know where he learned those good English and dictions that made him to be one of the fearless, editorial writers in the world. Because he went to this grammar school. He didn't finish there. He didn't finish there. He went to this grammar school and he started journalism. Go to the peak of it.
Before you retired, sir, you got to the peak of the.
Yes, I did by the grace of God. I did by the grace of God. I said because there was so much intrigue, backbiting, all kinds of things to thwart my efforts. But God did not allow it to happen. It happened one time when the politicking and infighting intrigue became to the top, to the heat of it. And the board then decided that to bring peace to this newspaper, we have to do something. So they now invited us and sacked three of us from Tribune. They sacked me, they sacked they sacked the MD, Mr. Ofunfowokon, and they sacked the they sacked the finance. finance Nothing is them now. Okay. Four of us. Thank God.
How do you feel at that time? You
Well,
felt bad.
I felt bad. I felt because I was nursing one strange ailment they gave me then at the back. Like they call it shingle. I've never seen that kind of disease before in my life. Very painful inside, very painful inside, but if you touch it, you won't feel it. But inside it, it's like you are in inferno. Very, very terrible. Because that I took out from there because I have to travel to London for treatment for 4 months. So I'm jobless. But when you're out of Tribune, you are jobless. No pension. They try to give you your takeaway from there. I'm amounted to nothing. So I just believe in God. And I was just trying to make one thing for the other. But God was telling me, I'm not done with you in that tribune. So they started having downturn in their uh, circulation sales and everything was going down, going down to a ridiculous 5,000 copies a week. I decided that I have to do something. And Mama said, you have to bring that back Folu. We help that boy has a way of helping things, having turning things around. That's memory. Wale Awolowo, didn't like it much, but now know and then to allow the thing to go. So Mama now they now called me that I should come and restructure treatment for them. I said, well, Mama, I wouldn't be able to do that. But I will have to look for somebody to be like a consultant. That consultant will have to come from not from the group, be an outside somebody. And just gave me that. Have, I had a friend there, nobody, maybe 21st century communication there.
Okay.
Remember him? On the express then.
Yeah.
So I invited him, be the consultant to recruit people. So to recruit him. Before then, they, before leaving Tribune, after my sack, they ensured that all those people who are very close to me were sacked too. They sacked Olamiti, they sacked Body, they sacked Deolu, and Wale Adebanwi. So they are Folu's boys. So when that chance came, as God will have it, make sure that I recruited all those my boys back to Tribune. They came back to Tribune, and that was how we started the brand in New Tribune. In fact, 1 week after we started job there, paper that was 5,000 rose to 20,000, 20,000 to 30,000. Somebody now went to Mama and said, Mama, Tribune has resurrected you. They resurrected. But when the thing was done, where were you? You didn't come to tell me. What kind of rubbish is that? God has done it for us. What was that? So I became, they now asked me to go back to coordinate those editors. So that was how I got that.
As what? As MD.
As a controller, as a controller of publications, that was what I got. Because after I became executive director, no, executive director of publications for them, the equivalent of editor in chief. So uh, it was a it, uh, it was an arrangement, divine arrangement by God that I came back. But God told me that look, you have to spend only 2 years there. I said, 2 years here. I said, after I've spent 30 years there. The 2 years as well. So when the thing was even going well, everything was going fine, and I was arguing with my God, I said, no, Baba, just give me another 1 year to stay here. Man was just smiling at me. So after 2 years, Folu now started to bring back some people into there was crisis here and there. That was how I opted out of the place. I thank God that all those people I left there and mentored there, I thank God 100% of them that's here at the top of the tribunal. The MD, all the editors, and from my school, was this
Yes, sir. How do you see journalism today? And what's your reaction when you see what's going on in the industry and all that?
I tell you one thing, I've been trained in some of the oral I've been journalism training, conference.
Yes, sir.
Looks like we've lost it. No more journalism. We've lost it completely. We've lost it to charlatans. Anybody now cannot wake up to make millions in journalism. When you talk of online bloggers, talk of on this online, so there's no coordination. We are just trying, those people who are still in the mainstream of it, they're just trying to see what they can pick from what we used to have in those days. When we have to be proud of us as being a journalist. A tailor can come up now to become a journalist. Carpenter can come up now to be a journalist. And you see fashion designer can, now tell me I have a blog, so this thing and that. That is where social media has led us. It has destroyed the core principle of that journalism. We have to see how we can wrestle it back, but it will be very difficult thing. Very difficult thing. In this era where you have all kinds of rat race to get things done, rat race to get news out, rat race to do this and that. So and the more reason why you see things are emerging. You have video now, video coverage of news. You know, it's taking over. It's taking over everything from people. Something you can see and believe. It's not something that you can read it and will tell you fake. But you can see the practicability of what you are talking about or what you are hearing. That's what I say. Video journalism is catching on. And whoever want to stay in the business will be able to look into that. You know, Video coverage, this and that is doing it now. That is going on, profession.
What advice do you give the practitioners who are still there now managing the mainstream journalism?
My advice to them is to keep to the ethics of the profession. Let us keep to the ethics of the profession. Let us make sure that we are reporting the truth and not falsehood. Let us make sure that we are not selling out our conscience just because of pot of porridge. Don't let us look at money as the end of it all. No, let us see how we can remain, we can enforce the core value of journalism, truth, that can live, that can outlive all these kind of things we are talking about. If we can be able to do this, I think journalism will still have a better place to, you know, shape the world, as as we go on. All of us now we are aging. Those of us who have been there, we are aging. And when we look back to the way journalism have been practiced, it makes you shock. A lot of our boys would like to be media assistant to senators, media assistant to governors, media assistant to this and that. Because that's why they can raise money and build houses and all that kind of thing. But that is not it. We are losing it. We are losing it because people now look down on some journalists as people who like to beg for this, beg for that. You know, and it's not good for us. We should be able to go back to the basics and see how we can bring back the good old days of putting the truth and nothing but the truth.
So when you turned 70, was there any big party at that time?
I was not big first. I was just discussing with my clients, you leadership of the Church of Nigeria, Henry Ndukuba. I'm turning 70. I said, let us have service for you. I won't mind that. So we now decided that for Holy Communion service. Because it was just maybe just a few days to the time I will be that. And it turned out to be good for me because the present primary was there, the immediate past, Nicolas Oko was there too. And it was more of a blessing for me. No party. I didn't do any party. I just did the service, take away to whom to give first, take away to. I went back to.
Then, sir, I noticed that now that you're in retirement, you're doing a lot more for the church, for God. I'm wondering how did that evolve over time?
I was going to God Vineyard when my father was a Catholic. That something that is something that is inborn in you. Trained that from the youth. And growing up, I tried to be within that structure of church activities, and that has made me uh, to go on, in a way, and it has been a blessing to me, you blessing in a way that I could see the hands of God in everything that I've been doing. Hands of God in my family, hands of God in, engaging in meaningful things of life. There's nothing I desire that God will not grant for me. You know, Has given me good children, good wife, home, you know, what else? And I have siblings too. Those people, my nieces, nephews, they are all for me, you know. Not to talk of those people whom have passed through me in terms of training in journalism.
Any regrets in life, sir?
I look back, thank God for everything. I regret I've lost some of my closest siblings. I lost my elder brother, very young man, left for me 7 children to train. I lost him. Lost one of my nephews, Oladibanua, very close to me. The most recent one that has been It just like a real dagger into my soul was the death of my first cousin, Archbishop Humphrey Makaye. When I left ICPC, I retired finally. He said to me, "Uncle, don't worry, take care of all your needs." He said, my everything. Means I wanted to travel from there to from there, picking up, coming to Lagos from Abuja. We asked people to come and pick me at the airport to Ibadan or to Lagos. And he has given me his challenge. Stay there for as long as I desire. When the death came as a big blow. I cannot query God. Time for him to pass on to glory. I thank God. We are trying to get it, uh, get ourselves together. See that all of us will go one day, but we don't know when we are going. Whatever it is, even when you remain 70, 80, 100 years, just like yesterday, but when I was 70, I was me 70. When, uh, how did I get there? The mercy of God. Some passed on 20 years, 10 years, even 5 years, and some will not pass. Some could pass on 100 years. But when they look back, they say, "What is vanity? Nothing to it. It's all trouble. Today you are there, tomorrow you are there. Every day you want to attend one party, you want to attend one function. They are all problems. Like, when you are gone, want to rest, facing the judgment of God. The best is that when you are in this world, make sure you do your best for mankind. Because you don't know why your next life is going to take you. You don't know. And nobody has done that. Nobody has gone to death and come back. This is how this. No. Some people are saying this and that. It's not near death. But nobody has gone over to tell you how the world is left for things we are reading in the Bible. There's heaven, there is hell. So when you have that into your consciousness and you read your Bible every day and see how it goes, how to become a good Christian, how to not allow Satan to, to influence your conduct, that kind of thing. When you know what you know what your heart desires, then you know you are moving toward the right direction. I said, let us be sure that we are having our name in the book of life. You can see now, Ogunwaloba, Felix Adenike, they have a candidate here. Who is that? Ṣẹ́gun Látúnjì. Níjẹ́ kì í ṣe ọmọ tó máa ń gbé báìbù kiri yẹn. Ó ní òun ni. Ojú. Àfẹ́rù yẹn bí o. First year kò gbà, second year kò gbà. Ó ṣàn wá. Ṣẹ́gun ò fẹ́ relent. So the third year ni wàhálà wá dé nítorí bọ́. Ìnẹ́ẹ̀kì must go. So I can shock her off. Mo ṣe fà á ọmọ wọlé ní. Very brilliant boy. Very. At the time you know, to the editor of two titles, Saturday and Sunday. So by the time I became editor in chief there, because the mo ti fà wọlé as editor, wọ́n ti lé gbogbo agbára mọ́ ẹ̀ fà wọlé. I left ìgbà tí mo máa kúrò. So kò tẹ́jú bí èyí à mo kúrò tó dá NDA díẹ̀. Kò sí how God has
God has
planned
done.
it. God has a way.